This is the Rangers POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the Texas Rangers, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Well, it was a tough one last night, but the Rangers broke out some of the fireworks tonight with 7 runs on 11 hits on a monster return to Petco for Kyle Higashioka. Kind of what I was expecting last night, but hey, we'll take it tonight. It's all right. Worth the wait. 5 RBIs, including the 2-run blast in the top of the third. Had an RBI in every one of his at-bats tonight. What a nice return to San Diego for Kyle. And the Rangers ripped the Padres by the final of 7-4. And here we go. Welcome into the Rangers POSTCAST. Your team every day, or in our case, your team every single game. My name is Jeff Biggs, longtime host and reporter. Thank you so much for watching Locked On Sports Rangers, your destination after every single game. You can also find us on the Locked On Rangers podcast feed. That is where you will find the great work of Bryce Patrick. But really quickly, before we start our show tonight, I just want to take a real quick moment for all of us to lift up our thoughts and prayers and support and love for everyone involved, everyone dealing with just absolutely heartbreaking and devastating flooding in the Hill Country here in Texas. Just want to say we are thinking about you. We love you and we are praying for you. And this is what Texas is all about. And we're just so sorry for the families that lost their loved ones. Just no words, but we just wanted to at least take a moment on our show to lift them up just before we get things started. All right, here we go.
This is what you'll be talking about.
All right, well, as I said, very tough show, very tough game last night. Tough day today in the Hill Country, but very tough loss last night. We're not comparing. I'm just saying Rangers, got the 2 runs early, just didn't do anything last night, and it was a really disappointing loss, one very reminiscent of a lot of the losses early this season where they would score a couple runs and couldn't get the clutch hits or couldn't score when they needed to. Good to see the Rangers not only bounce back the way that they did tonight, but to do so the way that they did right out of the gate. Josh Smith, first pitch of the game, solo home run to right field, 1-0 Rangers. By the way, with the win tonight, 7-4, the Rangers are now 36-14 when they score first. That is third best in baseball. Also, want to say welcome back, Wyatt Langford. Now, it's good to see Wyatt back there. Good to see Evan Carter back as well. And you kind of get the sense that, man, if they can stay healthy and really kind of get their games going, and hopefully Josh Young will be back up here sooner rather than later, we could maybe see this team really turn the corner offensively because, as we have said over and over and over again, the pitching is there. The pitching keeps them in every game, and the defense is right there as well. We saw, again, tremendous defense in this game tonight. And, Wyatt right there. Wyatt, no disrespect to Alejandro Osuna. Again, love the kid, but I'm not sure he makes all of those plays that Wyatt made tonight. So anyway, 1-0 Rangers in the first. Tough to see Patrick Corbin put one in the wheelhouse of Jake Cronenworth in the second. But, that's the cool thing about Patrick Corbin, right? And that is just that, he doesn't even if he has a bad inning or he gets tagged for a couple of runs, he does not melt down or implode. And again, I mean, he kept them in it and gave them a really good quality start on the road in San Diego. I mean, what more can you ask here at this point of the season? I mean, he has been steady, from the get-go. And I think, again, just a tremendous praise for him on that front. Great job of the Rangers front office picking him up. It was not a popular move at all when they signed him. And, the other thing too is I like what Bruce and Maddox did, splitting up Leiter and Rocker and putting him in the middle. I just think it's a good split, a good differential between the two young rookies, because not that they necessarily throw the same, but they're both young, they're both right-handed, and they both throw hard. They both have really, really good heat. So you put in a guy like Corbin in between the two, a guy that can, throw everything at you, and it's just a good breakup. And I think it will. I completely agree and get what they're trying to do, and I'm on board with it. And I think we'll see that help everybody here moving forward. But anyway, Padres take the lead, but that would be short-lived, because in the top of the third, the Rangers came right back and responded. Jake Berger hit by a pitch, and then Kyle Higashioka, back where he played last season in Petco Park, 2-run home run to left, put the Rangers on top for good. Higashioka hit 11 home runs at Petco last season, came up big again tonight, 5 RBIs, 2 on that swing. The Rangers got a couple more in the top of the fourth, 2 more with 2 outs. Wyatt getting things going with a walk. Jonah Heim, the RBI double. That made it 4-2. Berger with a base hit to right field. And then Higashioka again, RBI single to left. That made it 5-2 Texas. Top of the sixth, Wyatt gets it started again with the leadoff hit to left field. Jake Berger a hit, and then Higashioka the sac fly. That made it 6-2. That would be it for Patrick Corbin. 6 strong innings for his outing. He gets the win to improve to 5-7. He allowed 2 runs, 6 hits, 1 walk, 3 Ks. But again, very, very solid start for Corbin. And then bottom of the 7th, tough to see Luke Jackson come in, load the bases, nobody out, gets pulled. He's been pitching a lot better as Luke, but just didn't have it tonight. Got out of there. Hobie Milner gave up a couple sac flies, but did not give up the big hit. That made it 6-4. Got out of it. The Rangers did respond. They did add a run in the top of the 8th. Again, Kyle Higashioka, RBI single with 2 outs. That made it 7-4. And then in the 9th, Robert Garcia, I've said it a lot. I miss when he was pitching more, and he just has not been the same in that closer's role. To his credit, the strikeouts for Garcia tonight against Tatis and Machado were outstanding. I mean, the Rangers don't win if he doesn't get those 2 huge outs. I felt bad for him, but Bruce wanted to just didn't want to play around. Brought in Armstrong, who I've been saying now for a month, I feel like has been the best arm, the best reliever in the bullpen. And, we may very quietly see that shift. We'll see. I'm good either way. I mean, I love both those guys, but We've seen Armstrong building and building and building, and he's throwing the ball really, really well right now. So, hey, Padres are good. They have a good offense, and give the Rangers credit. They did what they needed to. They got the win, and as upset as I was last night with the loss, I did make the comment at the end. I said, okay, well, as bad as it was, it's only the first game. The Rangers have done a good job of late of coming back and winning the second two games of the series. Hopefully they'll do that again. They got one of them tonight. Hopefully they can finish things off and get it done again tomorrow night on Sunday Night Baseball. All right, that's going to do it. Take our quick time out. When we come back, want to hear from you via the Rangers comment crew. We'll do that when we return. Hey, I know it's late. Thank you, everybody, for sticking around and being part of the show. We'll get to your comments and hear what you have to say right after this. This is the Rangers POSTCAST. Always better, too, when my computer works the way that it should. There we go. All right. So we've all been there, right? You're logging on early. You're trying to get in, and you're waiting forever for concert tickets to go on sale, only to lose your spot for a show that you've been dying to see. Okay. Live music should be about making memories, not dealing with all the stress of ticket shopping. That's where Game Time comes in. Game Time makes getting concert tickets faster and easier than ever. Prices actually drop as it gets closer to showtime, and you can save up to 60% off with their killer last-minute deals. So, look, if you're tired of endless scrolling, trying to find the best deal, Game Time's zone deals pick the best seats in your section for you. So, look, take the guesswork out of buying concert and show tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code LOCKEDONMLB, LOCKEDONMLB, for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. Okay, welcome back to the Rangers POSTCAST. The Rangers bounce back. They beat the Padres in Petco by the final of 7-4. Want to hear from you via the Rangers comment crew. Let's get right to it. Thank you, everybody, for jumping in and getting in. Alf is going to lead us off tonight. Alf, hope you had a good fourth. We missed you last night, but your wife jumped in. That was great. Alf says, love me some Higgy. I'm low-key hoping we can maybe trade Peterson for Houston's drummer. Alf also says, I look like a genius. Raleigh and Higgy are my fantasy league catchers. Got a little scary at the end there. And thank you, Alf, for staying up there as well. James Eustace, regular at the games when the Rangers are home. 5 Higgy RBIs. Yeah, well said. And, we kind of hit on that last night. Look, the lineup and the roster right now is what it is. And, I mean, you guys see it. I think all of us, I mean, if we're brutally honest, okay, all of us, when we see that lineup and we see either Higgy or Jonah behind the plate, right, and then one of the other is the DH, okay, we're thinking, okay, so let's see some home runs, let's see some production, let's see some hits, and very quietly they're starting to come in a little bit. So I hope that continues. I don't know if Chris Young's going to be able to get anybody before the deadline. I'm sure he's trying. We'll see. I know he's also hoping that, uh, Jock Peterson will still be able to help the team as well, and that will be almost like an addition because Peterson was so bad before the injury. So we'll see. But look, we've pointed it out. It would be really nice, and I made the comment last night that there's just too many holes, too many easy outs right now in this Rangers lineup. Well, I'm not saying they were watching or listening, but the bottom half of the lineup, really came through tonight. They did really well. And so, if we can get some more of that, where it's not, just once every week or every couple weeks, but every few games, that would be great. That would be a step in the right direction for sure. All right, Isaac Harlan says, "What a night for Higgy! A night where Seager and Simeon go hitless," which I'm glad you brought up. Unfortunately, their 9-game hitting streaks both came to an end. But yeah, they did go hitless, and this goes to show when the Rangers play well, this lineup is deep. Anyone can hit when others have an off night. Exactly. Well said, Isaac. And yeah, I agree. Did get a little scary there at the end. But yeah, they just need more consistency from everybody. So, one guy doesn't have to carry or have all the pressure. Isaac says, "But I knew they were going to get it done. The Padres down by 3 and only 1 out left in the game, even though the bases were loaded. I just didn't think they would give up a walk-off grand slam." Well, you're right. And thankfully, that would have been bad. That would have been really bad. That would have been really ugly if they did, but they didn't. And look, you're Sean Armstrong, and even Garcia. Again, those were 2 huge strikeouts for him, and Hobie Milner. I don't want to minimize. Again, for him to come in with the bases loaded and not give up a huge hit. Yeah, they made contact for the 2 sac flies, but he did a great job. Al says, "I heard we picked up Rowdy Tellez." Yep, that's true. That one kind of leaked out late last night after we were done. But yeah, he signed a minor league deal. In fact, from what I heard, he played at Round Rock tonight. It's I don't know. I have mixed feelings on that, and what I mean by that is, okay, it's a guy that well. It's a guy that's been in the division. Can't hurt, right, to sign him to a minor league deal if he gets hot. And we've seen him have some hot streaks. Depending if something happens, doesn't hurt, but at the same time, it kind of pushes that button with me of like, come on, let's try to get let's try to get a real upgrade. If we're going to make a move, let's try to get somebody that will really be a difference maker. Now, hey, I've been wrong about certain guys, and like I said, look, he could get hot. He could come back. He could get called up by the Rangers, and he could feel like, hey, if I don't perform here, this is my last shot, and he could go off. He could he could win a couple of games. So I'm not gonna rip it too much, but I like I said, just kind of a meh thing for me, but we'll see. I nothing against him. I know, he's kind of a fan favorite because, he kind of has that physique of, a softball league guy that can hit home runs. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Again, low risk, and you're trying to get big upside. Noah Day says, great win. That looked like a team that was focused on winning. Big hits all around. Yep, I agree. Soldier X says, you're right about Garcia closing. He was way more effective pitching earlier innings. How do you walk the number 9 hitter? Also DFA Jackson. Yeah, I mean, like I said, and Soldier X, you're right, and it's tough. I mean, Jackson has been better, but he just doesn't have that closer stuff, in my opinion. I mean, I think he can get you some outs, but I don't know. That was tough though. He was trying to nibble there, and he has to find a way to learn to really pitch to contact and let that be his friend, because he's not going to blow guys away, and you don't want to nibble, and you don't want to throw mistake strikes. So the only way to get around that is to really pitch to contact, and that most of that is command. So we'll see, but like I said, he's pitched better. Hopefully, this was a hiccup, and he'll do better next time out. We'll see. But yeah, I think he's he's on the radar for sure. Thank you, James, for saying that. Appreciate that, man. Denise Long says, hope all is well. Yeah, thank you, Denise. You too. Hello, win column. What percentage chance do you give the Rangers of making the playoffs this year? It would be pretty sad to miss the postseason in back-to-back seasons. Well, call me crazy. Look, we get a lot of comments, and we get a lot of people that also leave comments after the show is over with. And so some of those comments are really brutal, like really bad. I mean, right now, the Rangers are 3 games out in the wild card race. I still think, look, I can't go against what I've said. I think the pitching and the defense on this team is too good, and just hope that the offense will get going. I mean, look, they can't get much worse than what we've seen already this season, and so you just hope that they'll get their hot time. Look at the Astros. I mean, right now they've been red hot for a month. I mean, can the Astros continue to play like this, the rest of the way? I don't think so, but hey, they're hot right now. Give them credit, but I think this Rangers team can get hot and do better. And I don't think we've seen their full potential at all with, like I said at the outset, with everybody clicking, Wyatt, Evan, the catchers, Jake Berger, Josh Young when he comes back. I mean, we haven't seen everybody rolling at all. And I mean, if they can find a way to do that, I mean, that would be really scary. So I still like their chances. A long answer, Denise. I still think they have a very legit chance, because I mean, look ahead of them. You got the Red Sox ahead of them, and Seattle and Tampa Bay, and so we'll see. But I think they can make a run. They should, for sure. Noah Day says, I have officially lost faith in Jackson. Al says, prayers for all affected, especially, Camp Mystic. Can't even imagine. I get saddened to my core just thinking about that. Just I get really, really emotional. Just like you said, can't even imagine. The championship game says, yeah, Jackson has allowed runs in 3 straight outings. Yeah, that's not good. BB says Higgy picking up the slack and Smith being consistent and Berger hitting. Yeah, exactly. And that's what I'm saying. If we can get everybody starting to roll here, let's see what they can do. Championship game says Robert Garcia isn't much better. Yeah, he's like I said, we've been saying I think he's better when you kind of use him in that setup role. Sometimes you get moved in that closer's role and it gets in your head a little bit and you start overthinking and maybe trying to throw a little bit harder because you're the closer. And I don't know. We'll see. I know Bruce is really trying to thread that needle delicately. BB says Evan and Wyatt as well. Yeah, I'm with you. Al says if we're going to make the playoffs, it won't be with Jackson as closer. No, I agree. Championship game says Corbin has been incredible considering the circumstances. I agree. Alf says hit the like button. Thank you for that, Alf. Keith, hey, what's up, Keith? Another quality start for Corbin. Another game pitched where he allowed no more than 3 runs. Yeah, you got to love that. Noah Day says seeing more power from Higgy tonight was encouraging. Started to get a little worried there. I did as well. Need to get him going. We need home runs from a lot of guys. Shirley, hi Shirley. Hello to you as well. Great win. I agree. Really nice bounce back win. Thank you for staying up late and jumping in and being part of the show. Train Guy says, Higgy getting with it. Happy for him. Heim, too, with that RBI double. 2 of them getting on a streak would help us a lot. Trying to get used to the fact that Patrick Corbin is a freaking good pitcher this year. Mike Maddox. Well, look, I mean, Patrick, big issue for him has just been health and staying healthy. And, some of these guys, the injuries they have, I mean, literally, it takes them, a year and a half before they can really kind of get back. I mean, the fact that they can even come back and recover the way that they do is really, talk about a modern day miracle. In the past, some of the injuries these guys have that they were career ending. Now, it's just the opposite. So yeah, but he's a veteran, he's older, he's wiser. And, they were talking about, Bruce made this comment about Kumar Rocker, about how he has learned how to pitch. And Patrick Corbin is a pitcher. A lot of guys, when they're young, they throw hard. But if you're going to stay and if you don't continue to throw like that, you have to learn how to pitch. And he is one of those guys. And we're seeing it. And like I said earlier, credit to him, for not giving up. Even if he gives up a run or 2 or gives up a home run, he doesn't melt down and keeps you in a game. And that is huge. All right. I got to wrap this up. I'm sorry. Championship game says, meanwhile, the Mariners get to play the Pirates right now. Pirates mustered 2 hits tonight. Al says we're lucky with Castillo and Wu. Mariners could be a lot better. Geo777 says Rangers only 4 games back of the first and second wild card spot, 3 games back of the third. Rangers still have a chance. I completely agree. Got to keep winning, though. Got to keep winning these series. D-85G says, this is a great game. Really happy with tonight. Let's keep hope positive mentally. Let's make a run. Lately, it's been so much more enjoyable to watch the games. Nice to see the runs. Prime Sound says, what do you think happens when Jock Peterson returns? Well, I know one thing for sure, Prime, he's definitely gonna have a rehab before he comes back because he's been out so long. So my hope is that, again, he was ice cold to start the season, right? And never got it going, and it just snowballed. My hope is that he's going to go down to AAA, and whatever issues, whatever he needs to do to get right and to get his game back, he'll do that there before he comes back up. And when he does come back this time, he'll be ready to go, and he'll be a plus. But if not, then you'll see him be like a pinch hitter, platoon DH with whoever's hot, and they'll go that way. But hopefully, like I said, it'll go the other way. And when he comes back, like I said, it will be like an addition, right? John Crabtree, hello, John. They have to get ahead of Seattle to even sniff the playoffs. Yeah, it's looking that way right now, but I still think there's a chance that Tampa Bay could cool off. They've been hot as well. Denise says, sorry if my comment was brutal. Just very Denise, your comment was fine. Your comment was not brutal at all. No need to apologize. You were right. It's a legit question, and I think as we hit the All-Star break, I think it's one that we need to look at and address and talk about. Keith, thank you as well, and thank you to everybody for getting in tonight. Really can't say enough. It's after midnight here in Texas. Thank you for staying up late. Again, have a great day tomorrow. Please say a prayer for all the families in the Hill Country. And we will do it again late tomorrow night as well. We're going to be late all week. So if you can make it this week, would love to have you. If you can't, totally understand. But hey, good bounce back win tonight. And hopefully the Rangers can take care of business and win the series tomorrow. Final score tonight, though, the Rangers bounce back. They beat the Padres 7-4 on a 5 RBI night and return for Kyle Higashioka. Rangers win it 7-4. This has been the Rangers Postcast.